Hey friends, it's me, Tina, the girl in the garden. Sorry for the dogs. I'm here with one more last Thanksgiving leftover makeover. And we are going to have tacos tonight. And so I thought, well, you know, I don't think I have any refried beans. I do have a huge bowl of beans I stuck in the freezer that I made with the ham bone. So I'm going to make my own refried beans. Now, so we're using beans, but the other thing is we still have a little bit of the dip that I made that has both diced chilies and diced jalapenos. And we warmed it up a couple of times. It only had foil on it because I don't have a lid for this bowl. Starting to get a little dry, so I took off the top cheese that was on it just because it looked a little dried out and yucky. So I have about, I'm going to say 4 cups of beans and juice. Now when I put the beans in here, I did go through and pick out some of the bigger pieces of ham. There is some still in there, but not much. And that's good too. And I probably have a half a cup of dip right here. So I'm just going to drop that in, let it warm up with the beans, and get all melty and nice. I'm going to give it a taste and see what else we might need to add to it. Hopefully Kyle will be surprised and these will taste good by the time when he gets home for dinner. So we'll see. So Thanksgiving's just around the corner. Hopefully some of my ideas have spurred you to think about your own. And it's going to take this cream cheese and yogurt mixture a little while to get all good and melty, because I had just taken it out of the fridge. Bad on me. So I'm going to give it some time to melt and incorporate with the beans. I'm going to taste it. I'll turn the camera back on. I'll taste it. We'll see where we need to go with seasonings. And then I'm going to take my handheld immersion blender and I'm going to blend these to the consistency I want my refried beans. All right. Give me a few minutes. I'll be back. Yes, I'm the lone cameraman again. See you soon. And we're back. All right. So I am going to tell you to bring if you do this, the dip needs to come up to room temperature, or it needs to go in the beans when the beans are still cold. Excuse me. By dropping in the cold cream cheese into beans that were already warm, just made it harder to melt and incorporate into the beans. So it does look quite soupy now that that's pretty much melted. I do have some small clumps of the cream cheese, but I'm going to use my immersion blender, so it should all go away. All right, so we're going to take a little taste. All right, I taste the peppers, so I'm just going to put in some salt. Yeah, I don't measure often. Cumin, I don't really like the flavor of, so I don't know, maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon, maybe 1/4. We do like chili powder, so I'm just going to shake it a couple times. Actually, you should never hold your spices over because the steam makes them clump. So I just made a boo-boo. Anyway, all right. I don't know why, for whatever reason, we got this garlic powder, and I cannot get the top to open. I'm like, well, what's wrong with it? So we're just going to do it this way. And actually, I guess I'll do it this way so I'm not over the That's a half a tablespoon. Let's see what that does for us. So, where do you go for Thanksgiving? Do you cook the whole meal? Do you take a side or part of the meal to wherever it is that you're going? Do you do something different every year? Me and Kyle really likes trying different dishes from different countries for a few years. That was really fun and exciting. You can't look up Thanksgiving, but you can look up traditional dishes, and that's what we did. So it was like, well, wait a minute. They don't celebrate Thanksgiving, so what do they celebrate at this time of year? So, all right, I'm going to give this another taste test. All right, that's pretty good. Hopefully Kyle will like it. Might have a little too much cumin for myself, but he likes it, so I'm gonna turn this off. Probably turn off the fan so you can hear. And then I'm thinking I might have to cook some of the liquid out of this, which I can do. Set all that on there. See what my consistency looks like. Oh, not bad. But yeah, I'm either gonna have to add more straight beans, or I'm gonna have to cook this down to cook out some of the liquid. So that's what I'm going to do. As soon as it turns out, I'll be back. So give me a few, see you soon. All right, so I'm going to tell you, don't start with as much liquid as I do. It's harder to get it out than it is to put it in. So start with very little liquid. Excuse me. And so after this is actually cooked a while, I'm like, oh, did I get too much salt in it? Is it too much chili powder? I don't know. Did I taste it when it was too hot? So I'm actually going to use this to smash a little bit more because I don't want it too much more mashed. There's still some slivers of ham in there. Doesn't bother me. 1 second, I'll hold the pan up to show you. But I think these will thicken a little bit more as they start to cool off a little bit. And Kyle will be surprised he has homemade refried beans. Okay, I believe our next video is the pie taste testing. So don't forget to subscribe and like to make sure you see basically our last in our series of videos, Thanksgiving leftover makeovers. We do still have ham, turkey, and beans left that I'll be doing other things with. So there might be 1 or 2 here and there throughout the year. Well, not the whole year, but until it's used, right? So anyway, thank you for joining us. And, oh, I guess I shouldn't end this until Kyle comes home and tastes it, huh? That's probably a good idea. So hang tight. As soon as Kyle gets home, we'll serve up dinner and see what he thinks of the homemade refried beans. All right. See you soon. I did have to run out to get some wood for the next area of my garden. Shh. Hey, son.
Hello.
You ready for another taste test?
I am.
All right, homemade refried beans. I throw in what little bit of that dip we had left.
Oh.
They were too watery. I had to cook them down and drain some of the juice out. But I think they turned out pretty good. Oh, and at first I did not have oregano in there, but I did add a little bit of oregano because I thought it was missing something. This is to go with your tacos tonight.
That one's tasty.
Yeah? Does it bother you that there's a little bit of ham in there?
No.
Pretty good, huh? Especially with that diced chili background. A little bit of smokiness from the ham, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is pretty darn good. All right. Well, babe, close us out and tell us what our next video is.
Give us a comment, a like, subscribe. And next is going to be pumpkin pie.
Woohoo! Thanks for spending the evening with us. See you over there where we're going to taste pumpkin pie. This is Tina, the girl in the garden, saying thanks for joining us.